It's not like you can literally respond to me on that question. However, it is Epic Slap here, coming at you live through PS4. Four. I don't know what's a foul for. It ain't proper language. Learn fucking English. All right.
Get gooder with English, scrub.
Look at my background. Look at that. I love that. How about that?
I see that.
I love that on my live.
Another Ask Me Anything?
Yeah, this is AMA. There's another one back. Dust.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh yeah, guys, we have Dylan from Super Bacon Bros. And I bet you're asking. I bet you're all asking right now. He left that channel. Well, the truth is, guys, he left his channel. Now he's on mine. Welcome to Epic Slap, Dylan. I'm kidding. No, he's special guesting here today, and by that he's just down the damn road from me.
Yeah, I was just staying a couple days.
All right, now we're gonna jump on to some Dead by Daylight. And this is an AMA, so this pretty much means ask me anything. If you want to ask me how my goldfish is doing with the dildo in the tank, go ahead.
Wow.
I mean, it's far out there, I know.
That took a turn far left field, my friend.
It is hot as hell outside. What do you think about all that? I think it needs to calm down a bit.
Hot?
It is hot.
I mean, it kind of calmed down when it rained the other day.
A little bit, yeah. It's like, what, 87 outside now, or 90?
I will check.
So,
Tis 86 degrees.
86 degrees.
But
Wow.
But it feels like 89.
All right. Well, guess what, guys? So the new killer has not come out for this yet. Matter of fact, the newest chapter, which is Curtain Call, has not been released for consoles just yet.
Sir.
Sir.
You have my information. You can use Michael.
I'll get Michael soon. I will.
Why not?
I haven't had a chance to. Plus, you know, I'm gonna do a live AMA. And then once I get back into doing the killings, I'm trying to look. You see his level? I'm almost got into level tier 2. Yeah, Prestige. Prestige.
No, it's gonna be a while before the console players get the clown.
That's the one complaint I have on the devs for it. But guys,
Is he the clown?
around 3 o'clock, I'm gonna try to do another live. So what is past 3? Fuck me. Okay, around maybe 5 or 6 after this live stream, I'm gonna be jumping on a new game from PC, not PS4, for the first time on this channel. I'm going to be doing a new game made by the same company, Behavior, same one who made this game, and the new game is called Death Garden. Now, Dylan doesn't know much about Death Garden. I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit about it. It's the same concept as this.
Wait, is that the one where you got the 4 parkour runners running from the
Yes.
team?
You have 5 parkour runners, and then you have one badass juggernaut in the middle. Now, he can kill you easy. He's OP, but he's slow. And that's what I like. I've always wanted a game like this, but the runners are fast, but they're weak. So it's like opposite tiering, you know?
Right.
Now, we were talking, I was on here talking the other day about another AMA. And I was noticing a few things. I was talking about if, you know, how Friday the 13th was ending, and I don't think I'm going to be able to play it much more because people weren't going to be on there to play it.
It's over.
It's pretty much over.
It's over.
Friday the 13th is over. Sadly, it had a good run within a year. It didn't get far from what it was. It went through some very good rough patches, but ultimately, well, I mean, the waits for the DLC to come out, the updates and all that stuff for even single player. But single player is always going to be there. And you know that's better ways to feel like Jason than playing online, killing random, you know, butthurt people. Play the stories, the single players. And he's over here flipping a quarter. Now we were talking about if they gave like Freddy Krueger his own video game, or Leatherface, or even Michael. Now we know Jason's got his, so let's go ahead and top on the list. Michael Myers first off. Name a scenario, name a story, name characters. Go.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, wait. I wasn't paying attention to any of that.
Okay, he wasn't paying attention. Okay, you know how Jason's got his game. So in this, you play as Michael, Freddy, and Leatherface.
Right.
Now, if they had their own video game, how would you fare, you know, to see Michael first? We'll start with Michael. How would his session in this?
His video game is probably, depending on if you're playing as a survivor or not.
Alright, if you were playing... Alright, let's go with the concept for Michael first. Would it be similar to this? Would it be different where you don't know where anyone's at, but you got to play very well? It's the doctor.
No, it'd be you know where you're playing against doctor.
Yeah. But on Michael.
Where people are at because that's just how good Michael is.
All right, now say this for example. It's a lot like this, but you're in Haddonfield, not no fake world bullcrap. Boop, I fucked up. Okay, it's not no fake little town in the Entity realm. All right, it's an actual Haddonfield town, and you know you're actually Michael. But once you get a stalk on him, it doesn't build up tier. Like, you know, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. It doesn't make him more powerful. He's already as powerful as he can be. But I'm already shocked. Hell. Alright. But it doesn't make him more powerful. He's just as powerful. But he gets but he plays with his prey. He actually like hides people in lockers or closets. He has the entire town to explore. But the only bad part about being Michael is he has to be purely sneaky.
Yeah.
And if he's caught, he has to be hidden again, but everyone's on high alert. Now, another example would be, like, if you're a survivor, you have no idea Michael's onto you. You have to actually play along, like you're just...
But another thing with Michael, though, is what we're not looking at, though. Every movie he's got, every movie he's in,
yeah.
Game, he can literally come out of the smallest little bit of shadows.
Right. Shadows, yes. Shadows would be his hidden back.
Shadows would be a big portion of his game.
There was this fan game made by Pig Farmer Studios. Same ones who made the Babysitter Bloodbath, which they made a mod for it where you actually do play as Michael. Now, I will play that near Halloween because that's a scary as fuck game. I don't think you've seen it, but Brandon's seen me play it.
Don't recall seeing it, no.
I'll have to show you it later. But that game is about as closest to Halloween as it gets. You're a babysitter on Halloween night. It even tells you on the radio Michael Myers has escaped from the asylum. What they were going to do. Now, that's a released game. Now, there was another game that was not released called Halloween V2, where you actually play. It's the escape of Michael Myers. You escape the hospital.
Right.
But the weird part is he has his mask already. So, yeah, it's that. You're Michael, but the only thing is you hide in the shadows away from people.
Would you really want to try to take his mask from him?
Well, I mean, he's in the asylum. He didn't have his mask in the asylum.
I understand that, but like,
so,
would you really want to try to take his mask away from him?
If he was arrested, yeah, I'd take it off. Fuck. Alright, so, now the Freddy Krueger is the best idea for a video game, but we're still on the Michael topic. Now, survivors are weak as shit, but they're faster, because Michael doesn't run. Obviously. Similar to this. Very, very similar to this. He's coming after me. So yeah, that Michael, he would be relentless. He'd be strong as fuck. Damn it, she fucked up too. We're all fucking up badly. I think it's because I'm talking. Oh, he's coming. Yep. Okay, so Michael, his shadows, he's completely invisible.
Yeah.
Completely. You cannot see him. And it's nighttime too. Actually, the setting is each girl's in the house, they have to complete the night objectives. Like you have to actually start off, you have to actually like make the kids cereal or something like that. You have to help them out, make them watch TV, get them to sleep. And then you get like collect stuff. It's almost like the game Babysitter Bloodbath, Halloween the video game. And I will show you that game. Like for real, the game is actually pretty fucking scary. Like Michael will come out of nowhere. Everything happens like at random. Michael spawns at random. Everything. So yeah, but as the babysitters, you get to make your own character. I think that would be a good effect. You make your own character. Any game of horror genre that you make your own character is, to me, feels more immersed. Playing role playing into it, where you're either Laurie Strode, you're Annie or Linda from the original movie. That's all fine. I wouldn't mind that either, because that's more immersive to movies. But to actual character development, to your character, you can be glorified, gory, all over. Michael cuts your throat in any fashion he likes.
He's already gonna do that.
Now it's leveling up too, but that's like for cosmetics and stuff. You don't have to actually. You want the game to be completely fair and as scary as possible. Even though Michael has better edge over it, I want them to be down. So, yeah, then that's it. So we gotta have somebody up. So yeah, that's Michael. Now a Leatherface game. I think this is interesting. As a good concept for the game, Leatherface would be similar to this in such a fashion.
Well, there isn't really much you can do in a Leatherface game.
No, there's more you can do with Friday the 13th and even Halloween at this point. Oh fuck. But there isn't much you can do. Now, there's a lot you can do with Freddy Krueger. I said this a lot. Freddy Krueger should have had a better game, even though he did. He didn't have a bad game. It just wasn't too decent to sell.
It just all depends on the Freddy Krueger.
Now, you use Robert Englund. I would think Robert Englund would voice act as Freddy.
Yeah.
And you upgrade and you get different taunts, depending on the character. I mentioned this in my last live stream. Get the fuck up there. So excuse me. So Freddy Krueger would have like he would go in the game with different abilities. You make your own character. You go in like you're a dream warrior. And I think this is the best idea you could do for a video game, a horror video game, if you want to be completely immersed into being scared. So you make your own character, and Freddy Krueger, he knows you're in the dream world, but it's a huge, huge map. But Freddy can spawn anywhere he likes, but he has like almost like Freddy Krueger's, or almost like Jason's. Literally a lot like Freddy. That would make more sense for Freddy Krueger. But Jason, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So Freddy would have the ability to choose between like 4 different ways of killing. Like he'd become that little worm. He could become someone like disguised as someone. He could, so many things. Like Freddy could have the long arms. He could have extra reach on snatching somebody, scratching them up. He could have, but he has cooldowns. He has to build fear first. A lot like Michael in this. He has to build up his stock to become more powerful. Freddy just has to put him in the dream world, and then they're pretty much fucked. So that's my take on the Freddy Krueger game. But the map would be completely. He's everywhere at this point, but we almost got all these. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this one while he's busy. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've had have them mess up on me a lot. So Freddy Krueger would be a great video game to actually develop on. I really do think. Now Leatherface is a little more tough, like you said, because there's not much. Why would you, what would your characters be doing? Why would they be out there? What's the main objective?
It would be tough to make, but if they succeeded at it, it would be a good game. It would be the Creeper. If they made a game revolved around it,
whoa,
and it actually worked, it'd be a fantastic game.
Alright, about the Creeper. I actually think Freddy Krueger, the Jeepers Creepers as a video game. Here's my take on that. I actually agree with you on this. What they could do is do it like from part 2, where if you have to ease out of the bus, you have to kind of be quiet. Now you have to look at it from a survivor standpoint. Now being the Creeper, you're ultimately OP. Ultimately, you're invincible as shit. You're just a bat from hell. And the whole idea, the whole concept of the fucking game would be creepy as shit. But it goes along with the lines of the Freddy Krueger video game. It would build on making them more scared and more nervous, more, freaking them out. That way they lose their focus. Kind of like in this. You make them lose their focus, I had an idea that the Child's Play game could actually work too. Shit. Child's Play could work really well. I have Decisive Strike, so hopefully I make this. Yes! So, Child's Play as a video game, it could work more or less, but it has more reasons why it should not work. For Chucky, he can hide, but damn is he such a loudmouth. And he's kind of hard. I mean, playing as Chucky would be kind of hard anyway. I see it that way. I'm not sure if a lot of other people see it that way. That's the thing, though. That would make the survivors more OP than the killer. Chucky just gets the drop on him because he's so small. Oh, this was... Oh, crap. I messed up big time. I should have went through that window. So yeah, I mean, but back to the Michael one. I kind of want to add more touch on this. I actually think Michael, if they gave him his own video game and did it right, build it more like this, but not every objective is the same, you know? Make it different each time. Like, not just the kids, but if you have chores, you know? No, he's not camping. He's playing fair. That's what I like about him. But yeah, now I'm gonna have to go hide. Shit. I'm gonna have to hide and lose some of this sanity, or insanity. So now, what I thought about what they could do about a Friday the 13th Part 2 game. No, I think if they would have done, yeah. I actually think, of course he did. Just wish I knew where he was. So, yeah, a Friday the 13th Part 2 game, I don't think they would do it. But if they did do it after this lawsuit's developed, that it would be of, oh shit. It'd be an expansion on the first game. Kind of like the God of War game. It's going to have Part 2 to it. Yeah. Well, until the lawsuit's over, they're not going to release it, and by then, they're going to lose every player they've got. So the game is over. Yeah, so the game is practically over. There's no more updates. There's no nothing to it. And this guy is just on me like, what? Dude, seriously. You had the other person to go after. Yeah, I'm dead. So, yeah, that's why I think the doctor's too OP. He'll know where you're at if he shocks in your general area. So, yeah. Nah, I mean, that's not Michael's original perk, right? Michael with Deerstalker is OP as fuck. Michael in general is OP as fuck. But now, along the lines back to the Leatherface game. Huh? Alright, so Leatherface game. I kind of think you're on your way. I have a good idea, and this might work actually. Your friends are all in a van. You broke down by the farm. You have to explore the entire area, not just the farmhouse, to find other parts to fix the van. You make your own character. You do it however you like. I think all these... I'm just touching this. I think all the characters should be, you know, you make them yourself. Create your own character. So, I think it would work if he was able to actually cut off a limb. Like, he'll chase after you. He can use whatever he wants.
Right.
Yeah. He uses more of hammers than anything. So, it would work. I think it personally, it would work that way more than any other way possible. When he charges at you, he does a sprint, but he doesn't do it like the hillbilly in this, and he doesn't do it like he does, where he swings that damn thing back and forth. Personally, I have a personal good idea about how he could do it. He does like a charge, but he only does it for like 5 seconds, where he could break through a door. It's like a shoulder charge in any video game. That's what that is. And then it would be everyone can escape. It's like Friday the 13th, pretty much. It's no different, really. Except if you're the last survivor, you get an extra edge on being faster, and you're scared. Being scared in the Leatherface game, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, would be a good thing.
One thing that would make that cool is if they could make it like... Alright, you remember the movie where he was in the back of the car when she tried driving off?
Yeah, you yeah, the beginning, the prequel to the remake.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be so fucking cool.
Yes, it would. Actually, you're not wrong. It would be cool if you got something that lets you do that.
Right.
Like, they have to actually drive out like they did in Friday the 13th, but you actually have 3-minute drive to get out of there, because Leatherface, he can set traps up, He can do it however he likes. There are so many ways you can finish the game. Shit. But there's really no way to kill. Well, there is ways to kill him. He'd be a lot easier than Jason. Finding the gun would be the hardest thing to do, other than having guns, being able to shoot him after you. That's all the guns and flares and knives do that in that game. So, now I think the best one to work out of all of these is the Nightmare on Elm Street video game. Here's why. If you make it online only, or if you do make it online, kind of like Friday the 13th, except you could add a story to it, but there's not really much you could do with the story. It's just Freddy trying to haunt kids. That's all it is. There's no in-between bullshit, you know. There's no drama added to it. That's all you want out of a Freddy Krueger. You want to see what quirky kills he could use. And here's what I think. If he cuts you so many times, gets your fear up to a rate, he can insta-kill you with the trap. He sets traps up in certain spots. And if you're like down to your last bit of health, I mean, yeah, he could slash you all to hell. Maybe 5 hits and you're slashed down to your little bit of life. And if you're into a red zone, he could insta-kill you, kind of like a fatality. And I think one of the best ones he could do is have like this little open whirlpool that you can't see until you're in your last little bit of health. And then when you're in it, he can summon himself to grab you into it, and then your blood spurts out to the ceiling.
Kind of like he did to Johnny Depp.
Yes, and that's another thing. You can make preset characters. Like, you can make Glenn Johnny Depp.
I'd love to run around with Johnny Depp.
Who
In
wouldn't?
Any game.
In any game, Johnny Depp would be the best playable character.
He really would, because he
Yeah.
can literally play anybody.
If it makes you feel any better, the Quentin character in the remake was the Johnny Depp of that. But, I mean, I kind of wish Johnny Depp would have killed Freddy Krueger. I kind of wish he'd been the one to actually pull him out of the dream. Instead of making it a final girl like in every other horror movie, you know? Because that kind of gets old. And that's why people don't want to watch slashers. Guys don't want to watch it because, like, the guy never fucking lives. It's like, well, that's not true. I mean, there are some Halloween movies. Paul Rudd was the final guy. He beat the fuck out of Michael Myers with a steel pipe. And you know what? I'm actually tempted to watch that one. Because that's like Mike and Jay from We Watched a Movie. If you guys don't know, check them out. They're cool. And if you like Halloween stuff or any horror movie, they're the guys you want to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they were discussing how they would love to see him come back and how that movie was the first ones they watched as a kid. Believe this or not, I watched 2 before I watched the first one.
Right.
And then I watched 6 before I watched 2. So 6 was the original first one I ever watched. Well, no, I take that back. 4 was. 4 was the original first one I ever watched. It has that special place in my heart, even though the mask is shitty. It's cheap. But you know what? I think for what it is, it's okay.
You wanna know
Because,
what's funny?
huh?
First Halloween movie I watched was 3.
Season of the Witch?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything because that's a controversial topic. A lot of people like it and a lot of people hate it.
That was the first one I seen, and I absolutely hate that movie.
You're like Nathan. He watched that one. All he says nowadays is Silver Shamrocks. Like, dear God. Now,
I don't even say that. I don't have enough respect.
now you were like me. Now I watched Mike and Jay discuss the script for the canceled Halloween Returns. You know, I should make this a fucking radio podcast video game. I should have done that instead of being an AMA. It is a podcast technically right now.
But usually podcasts, you can see the people talking.
No. Podcasts, you hear them.
Oh.
Vidcasts, or like video commentaries, which
Right.
you'd see them with doing.
I fucked that one up. My bad.
It's cool. You know, not a lot of people know what
I
podcast
think
is.
I've way surpassed your F word limit.
Yeah, I passed my F word limit. I was supposed to do just one. I'm really surprised nobody's commented yet. You know,
Probably because I'm here.
I
I almost feel like I'm pushing your audience away.
no. Nah, it takes them a minute to catch up. Plus, I was thinking though, on if I was to make a horror movie, and it would be a slasher, I would want it to be similar to Halloween in the biggest fashion possible. But I'd also want some Friday the 13th elements in there. You know, see, the thing about Halloween is that the heroes in it are different in almost every other movie, other than the first one and second one. It's kind of the same. It was Laurie and Loomis.
Right.
Now, when it comes to like 3, forget 3. 3's not canon.
No.
It's within that movie is Halloween. Halloween's a movie within Halloween 3. So then you jump to Halloween 4.
No. look, 3. One thing I realized as I got older watching 3, the more it came on, and like when there's nothing else on TV, you watch it just because. It's one of those movies like, it's not good enough to watch if there's something else on, but if it's like the only thing on TV, you watch it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I realized
There's only 3 people.
because in that movie, they played a certain thing where it's like the masks became the actual heads of these children.
Yeah.
Now imagine if one of the children was wearing the Michael Myers mask.
Yeah.
When that played.
Right?
Would they just like full on grow to his size, or
No,
would
no,
they
no, no.
remain there with just like?
You do realize what the masks do in 3, right? The masks kill you.
Yeah.
They turn you into bugs and shit. They kill you.
Well, that was certainly.
You know why they did 3 that way? Well, 3 was supposed to be, alright, what they wanted to do, I done fucked up. What they were supposed to do was supposed to be anthology horror movies.
Right.
Halloween was supposed to be, around every other Halloween, it was a different story. The first one was The Stalker, which was Michael.
Yeah.
Then there was going to be where the masks take over. Then there was going to be one about aliens coming down as trick-or-treaters shooting people through doors. I was reading a bunch of fucking I said fuck again, sorry. I was reading a bunch of scripts that were mishaps from what 3, 4, 5, and 6 were going to be. Then they decided, no, let's stick with Michael Myers because 3 was such hated when it came out. But there are some people that like horror movie buffs are like, for a movie that is, trying to take on a new anthology, it's not that bad.
Let's say when it came out, they didn't say, oh yeah, this is going to be an anthology.
I wish they would have said, Michael Myers will not be in this movie, so don't waste your time.
Yeah, no. If they had legit come out and said, oh yeah, it's going to be an anthology, it's going to have a
Now,
different
if you,
story each time.
let me ask you this. If you'd have took out the Halloween caption, 3, and just called it Season of the Witch, would you have still watched it?
Probably.
Alright.
If it wasn't under the name Halloween and they didn't do horror with just him,
Yeah.
if they hadn't done just that, and then skipped to this one where it's like, he's got nothing really to do with it, it's more about company using these masks.
Yeah, Silver Shamrock. Alright, I want to touch on something. See, Friday the 13th kind of has the same syndrome. See, the first Friday the 13th was supposed to be this average slasher where the mother gets revenge. People are like, how come, well, Jason was just added as a last thing. He wasn't meant to be actually shown in the movie at all. And I find that funny. I'm like, he becomes very popular. He's like Darth Vader. Darth Vader used to be so menacing you didn't want to actually see him. But now he's so popular, you want to see him. You don't want to see the movie without him. So when the remake rolls around, people aren't scared by it. They're only scared by that one scene where the chick opens up the shower. And then she opens up the rest of the way and he's right there. That's the only time I was actually really scared in that movie.
In the remake?
Yes.
And the only thing that caught me on the remake was the very end.
Well, that's the thing about
That's
the end.
not something that I didn't expect.
Oh, you want to know something about that? They were going to make a Freddy vs. Jason remake. It was going to be the remake Jason versus the remake Freddy. He's right there, and he's taunting us with that. So, yeah, that was what that was going to be. And it was going to be the survivors from Friday the 13th, which was going to be Jared Padalecki. And then it was going to be the Quentin character and Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, again, I liked the characters from Nightmare on Elm Street, but the story sucked. The acting from the guy who played Quentin was not bad. He's the only genuine character I liked from that movie. To be honest, that was the only character I liked. That was the only character I rooted for. It's just like the original movie. You want to root for Johnny fucking Depp, dude. And you could say Johnny fucking
Then
Depp.
all of a sudden he gets pulled into the mattress.
That's what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to touch your feelings. Now, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, what they did was, I liked how they did this. They made you think that this chick was the main character. She was having nightmares of Freddy at the beginning. She dies halfway through the movie, and then it focuses on Nancy. Now, you'd think Nancy and Glenn walk away happy. Oh, no, no. Now, the ending to Nightmare on Elm Street was kind of weird to me. It was one of those, the original was great. I loved it. not just because it's Freddy Krueger, it's the fact that if you erase the sequels, and it was the only one of its kind, even the remake, it's a masterpiece at horror. I truly think it is. I think it's a masterpiece at horror. Oh, he's right there. Jerk was blocking my way. But yeah, the same thing with Friday the 13th. Even though the first one was kind of like mixed reviews, a lot of people liked it, a lot of people didn't. It still made money in the box office. It made more than its budget, and it was cheap to make. Same thing with Halloween. Halloween is a masterpiece and a half. But I'll tell you a movie that is a masterpiece, but the director hates the sequels. Well, John Carpenter, one. That's one. He hates the sequels. He loves the first one because that's all he wanted. Now, people were pissed that Michael's not back on the screens.
Now look at Quentin.
Yeah.
He looks totally different.
Totally. But, you know, they didn't know they put him in the game. They seriously did not know that he was put in this game.
When he finally seen it, he was probably like, oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, on Twitter he posted, "Oh my God, they added me in Dead by Daylight going against Freddy Krueger. Awesome." I was just like, whoa, they didn't even know?
Who was the killer in this thing?
The Wraith, but he's terrible. He didn't even hurt nobody. That's easy. I do too. If you use him right, he's super hard to go against, but if you were just like...
No. If you're somebody that knows how to use him, he's really OP.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just stupid.
Let's talk about the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street that they are making right now.
I'm not talking.
You're not talking about it? You do realize Johnny Depp's supposed to be making an appearance, right? Did you hear about this? And he's supposed to... It's going to be a what-if scenario. It's what if Nancy was the one killed and Glenn lived. That's the one they're working on right now, and they're talking to Johnny Depp about it. It might not pass through because a lot of people don't like that idea. Believe that or not, that's what they're working on.
I would love to see Johnny Depp.
Dude, I would too. Johnny Depp versus Freddy Krueger, best matchup you could go with.
Oh, yeah.
Him, or it would be about his kids though.
Look,
that's what it would be.
It would be Edward Scissorhands
Versus Freddy Krueger, yes.
versus Freddy Krueger. I wonder who wins.
Shut your whore mouth.
Eat my ass. What you said? Eat my ass.
Uh-oh, we got a little... Wonder where he could shove that lightsaber.
Up my ass.
Hey, Margarita. We're live, buddy. Oh, shit! You about...
You just got a blue dick in your face.
I got a lightsaber rubbing on my neck, and it's so uncomfortable. I mean, it's weird. It's just awkward. We were talking about if they made a Nightmare on Elm Street game, it would work better than the Friday the 13th game.
Let's go, Jason.
So yeah, so back to
The game didn't work.
what the game didn't work because they had an amateur company working on the game.
Not only that, but because Jason sucks ass.
I wouldn't tell that to his face. Kane Hodder did
Walk at people with a machete.
not in the first few movies.
And I'm gonna pop out of nowhere because that's what I do.
Well, I mean, up till part 4, he just ran.
Yeah. He
From
stopped
2 to
there.
4, he ran.
5 wasn't really Jason, and 6 he was undead. So
Yeah, he was undead.
couldn't
There's
run.
theory that it was Roy that was the undead.
I doubt that. Like,
I doubt it too. Dude, they should make a movie about Roy being resurrected. Dude, no, think about this for example. For example.
We don't need another Friday the 13th character.
It's not going to be a Friday the 13th ripoff. It's an undead dude, the zombie
We don't
face.
need another Friday the 13th character with undead strength.
He wouldn't have undead strength. He'd have his normal rebound strength. He'd have his retard strength.
Roy?
Hmm?
The guy from 5.
He was already strong. You know that, right? He's a paramedic.
But,
Straight up, they need a new movie monster.
Yeah.
yeah.
A new series.
Oh, yeah. I would agree with that.
Something brand new that hasn't been done before.
But everything's practically been done, so that's going to be kind of hard to figure
Nah, there's some things that haven't been done.
The only
Wolfman, Frankenstein, Creature of the Black Lagoon. You've done all that already.
in the realm of reality, what hasn't been done is in the escapes of your own mind.
Well, speaking of Doctor Who stole a lot of possibilities for monsters. You know that, right?
It's only limited by what you invent.
Dude, we're back at this map again. We literally just came from here.
Because it knows you want this map.
I hate this map. This is my worst map.
You love it.
No.
It's like you're unquenchable thirst in the top.
Shut
Love
up.
it.
I love vagina. We're not going to talk about that because that's not part of the topic of the day.
Not PG-13 related.
Ooh, shish. No. If it's Michael, I'd be going. No, it's the other one I don't like. She throws shit at you.
That's your favorite killer.
It is not. This is one of my least favorites.
You love the country.
Alright, so now back to the whole if slashers were in video games. Here's why I think it would work in a big way. Slashers coming back.
You know what's funny? They do like it.
No, it's not. I checked it before. I always have to check it. So, the most I would be excited for is a Freddy Krueger video game. I really, really would. Now, given I love Michael Myers a lot more, but like Freddy Krueger in a video game, there's no absolute way you could screw it up. If it glitches or if it looks weird, you could blame it on the Dream Realm. Like, seriously. There's just so much stuff you could do with it. She's near and I'm scared.
See, when you're playing the Hunters, one thing you don't want to do is hide in the locker.
Yeah, lockers are a no-no.
Simple reason is because she hasn't checked those to replenish her
Oh,
health.
she's right there. So, I was sitting here thinking the other day while I was on live. I was like, slashers don't get a lot of attention when it comes to video games. See, now given the fact that there was a Friday the 13th video game in the 80s, there was a Nightmare on Elm Street in the 80s, there was even a Halloween video game in the 80s. There was even a Leatherface video game in the 80s. There was never been a Child's Play, there's never been a Reanimator, there's never been a Pumpkin, well there has been a Pumpkinhead game, but it's awful.
That's another killer.
If they remade it, now if a company was to give me at least $100,000, I could remake Pumpkinhead.
Like, seriously,
Easy.
wouldn't you love to play as Pumpkinhead in this game?
That would be a killer they could bring to the game big time, and it would work. It would work similar to the Hag, though. I'll tell you that much.
Either Pumpkinhead or
The Creeper. Now, Reanimator, no, he wouldn't work.
or like you said, Victor Crowley.
Victor Crowley would work big time in this game, big time. He has a hatchet. His saw, his little sand saw would be a good charging weapon. He'd pretty much be a reskin for the Hillbilly, but they already did it with Leatherface. And you go, Kane Hodder played both Leatherface in Part 3 as a stunt double, and even he played Michael. He's played Freddy Krueger. He's played Jason. I'm not answering an unknown number.
What did that say?
There's an unknown number. Yep. I missed the call.
The tone afterwards, though.
The ringtone?
Yeah.
It's Love Gun. And Kiss.
It sounded like it said KO.
Oh yeah, that's my notification from Scott Pilgrim. KO.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh shit, she's right there. If we work on this,
That's another video game I would love to see remade. Scott Pilgrim.
Oh no, I like the game they had. I love the video game they got out for it that I had on PS3. That just
What
sucked.
am I gonna think of? With all the massive gaming engines they have now for graphics.
Oh, you want to see it done in Unreal Engine?
Not quite Unreal Engine,
I would love to see the RE engine take on it. See, the Resident Evil engine, the only bad part about it is, it's that even the RE engine's going to be doing the new Devil May Cry game.
but yeah.
That's what I like about it. Even Resident Evil knows you got to use the RE engine now because everything's so brightened up. It looks more realistic. I feel immersed
And what's the funny part?
playing Resident Evil 7. Like, I felt immersed.
They're gonna have RE2, the remake, and Devil May Cry 5 all
Guys,
in the same year.
I want to announce this, and this is a special announcement. When the Spider-Man game comes out, I'm gonna play it and kind of beat it over live. But I'm not doing what I'm doing. I'm not doing the same thing I'm gonna do on that as I am for RE2. RE2, I'm gonna do a whole day of it, like 24 hours if I can. Shit. She's after me. She is after me, and I'm kind of creeped out.
One good throw is done.
No, actually, they updated that where it takes two.
Oh, they nerfed
It takes two to make things go right. Yeah. You got some smells good on. Smell good. Dunno, dunno. Make a parody to feel good. Smell good. So yeah,
Sounds like something weird out.
it does sound like Weird Al. Weird Al. How many times has Weird Al been sued and rejected from parodies? Like more than he's made of parodies.
I don't really know.
I know Weird Al's actually gotten in a lot of trouble. I mean, when you hear too much Weird Al, you start thinking you need to stop. It's like it's like common words you can come up with to rhyme with that, but you're overusing it. You're doing a little bit over what you need to. You seen the parody where Weird Al it gets killed by Huey Lewis, the same fashion as American Psycho. I laughed my ass off because it was the exact same scene done over, but with Huey Lewis killing Weird Al. He's like, make a parody of me, huh, bastard? I'm like, yes. About time somebody did a parody of that scene to a parody
Pay
maker.
attention because next thing you know, you're gonna get the giant.
It would be going off and I'd be hearing some humming. I don't hear humming. Don't drop the ball. Oh! Now, this woman, I would like to see her in a movie. The Huntress? Yes. That or the Hag. They're like the scariest ones that aren't licensed. Or Evan. I mean, Evan's just a copy of Jason. He just uses bear traps. That's about the magnificent.
Evan's a copy of Texas Chainsaw.
No, the Hillbilly's the copy. Yeah, Hillbilly's the one with the chainsaw.
Oh,
Trapper is the one. Evan, that's his name. We call them by their names. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna look up all their names. I think the Hag is named Lisa. You already got it? I mean, I could do it on here. It tells you their name. Oh, let's switch to Killer. And we'll go to character info. Unnamed boy. So he's unnamed. So Billy. That's his name anyway. That's what everybody calls him. So Billy is his name. We gotta go to Killers. We all know who that beautiful bastard. Max Thompson Jr. So it's Max.
Evan McMillan.
McMillan, the Wraith,
Philip Jomo.
a Jomo. Alright, and then
The nurse.
Nurse.
Sally Smithson.
Sally, alright.
Evan,
Lisa.
the Huntress. They got the clown's name. They have Michael Myers.
We all know who that
They
is.
have Lisa Sherwood, the Hag.
Who's the doc?
Sawyer is the cannibal.
Yeah, Sawyer. Yeah,
Herman
Junior.
Carter is the doctor.
Herman.
Freddy Krueger is the nightmare. And Eddie Young is the
If you don't know who this guy right here is, then you have not seen
Okay.
good horror movies. You don't have life.
So they've got Jeffrey Hawkins the clown coming June.
Jeffrey
28th.
June
That's
18th.
Now.
Yeah.
All right, they've got the next three killers: September 2018, December 2018, and March 2019.
they should remake the dolls. From Puppet Master.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, those movies went on so long, man. Like up to 9, 10 movies that nobody really watched. And then they made a crossover movie with Corey Feldman in it. There was a lot it just didn't hold up to. I mean, Puppet Master versus Toys. I forget. Got the HIV. No, your dick got the HIV. Got
It's STD free.
Is that how that song goes? I don't even care. So yeah, I don't think it matters at this point. I don't know. You know, Milkshake brings all the girls to the apple. So yeah, that's my back to the whole. I know I keep bringing this up, but back to this topic. But yeah, I think a Freddy Krueger game would be the best thing to save slashers. I really do. A video game would save. Huh?
I disagree. We can agree to disagree.
What about Scream? Scream would work big time.
No.
Oh no, I actually think it would.
It's got to be something original.
That is original.
No.
I mean, Michael Myers being a video game itself would actually kind of work.
I mean, you can't really take it. You can't. If you're basing stuff off of statistics, they've already taken one major killer.
Yeah.
And a video game based around him.
It was
And
the.
what happened after a year of it being out? It's dead.
I really think the Bethesda team should have took
After
over
a
that
year-
game.
Even if Bethesda did it, a year of it being out, it's dead.
Nobody's interested. It's tired ass old.
Nah, it's not tired. It's the lawsuit that's killing it.
Tired.
A lot of people were also getting tired.
Somebody
because-
commented. Oh, hello, Shaw Gaming 240.
Yeah.
Hello again.
Yeah, it's like the same. Like
Oh yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people were getting mad because they weren't fixing the bugs right because they said they fixed it, but
Then there was
right
newer ones
away-
replacing it.
Right
Yeah.
away, you found something else wrong with it bug-wise.
Well, I think I know why that was. The
And-
reason the game had so many
And
bugs.
Even though they gave you the single-player challenges, it was all the same thing over.
Ah, it's a
and
little different
over.
each time, but
Not
you had to do
really.
it quietly.
Not really. It was, and even if you beat it, you get them all done. It's
Yeah, man.
you
No
don't
long.
do it again. It's the
No,
same thing
no.
over and over and
Long time no see. Still no see. Long time. Yeah, we're just discussing if slashers in video games would, if they were to make new ones, it would be a good comeback.
If
Seeing
they
it
made something original, it might work.
like something of their own, kind of like this, except they didn't throw in the whole licensed killers.
They're tired as hell.
Now, Friday the 13th got tiring. I will admit, even though I liked the game, I waited so long for it to come out. I put $80 into that damn game before it was released, and yet I still didn't get the content I paid for.
Never got Savini J.
I never got Savini Jason, not even on PS4. I got it on my account, but I don't think it stayed. You know, I don't think it was like, oh well, you're too late. Bye. Our whole licensing is over. Oh well.
You did have Savini. That's
It's
a
still-
tired ass reward for $80 worth of content.
True. Even if you threw in like $5, that's and a lot of
You should got Savini Jason for a $5 donation.
yeah. I agree with that. I threw in $80 and I got a little poster, a little magnet, a sticker that I threw on my PlayStation.
You were probably looking to get your name in the game.
Killing blood and zombie jump scare. Well then this Shaw here, it must be a really huge Resident Evil fan because I am too. Yeah, killing, all that stuff is just amazing in video games. That's kind of why people play it.
For $500, you should have got to be a playable character.
Well, they made it.
They did, yeah. Eric LaChapa
Yeah,
is an
LaChapa.
actual
He
person.
was an actual person that was like their highest donator.
Other than H2O Delirious, which he didn't want to do a face reveal, he would have been in the game, but his actual persona wears a hockey mask, so that's too
They
similar.
just gave him a teddy bear and a tombstone with his name on it.
Yeah. They even gave a bunch of other people. Yeah, it is the shit. Oh, we were talking about Freddy Krueger as a video game would work, like Nightmare on Elm Street. I actually think it would if they did it right.
And you're entitled to be wrong.
And you're entitled to your own opinion. I'm not saying much.
You are entitled.
No, hold on. At least hear me out. At least hear me out. Like, you make your own character and you go in the dream world. You're entirely dispatchable. Freddy can cut you and kill you any way you likes. But Freddy gets to choose like 4 different power-ups, one to go with in each game. One, he'll turn into the little worm thing. He'll crawl on ceilings, so, like maneuver around. And then if he makes your fear go up to the point and then your health is low, he can do an insta-kill on you. So the whole point of the player's objective is to wake up. Find ways to wake up or ways to get out of the whole dream world. Now, and then Freddy, like I said, he would have different ways to go in. Like one ability, another ability. He would go in with long arms. That way he can reach and grab you or slash at you. He becomes your biggest fear. You know, seeing Freddy increases your fear to the top. Fear gives him power. And then that's what he does in the movies. He makes you so afraid of him, then he kills you. But here's the good part about it. When you make your character, you get to actually have a power ability, like you're super strong, or you're very fast, or something.
Say you make your own, like you're a dream warrior.
All right, man.
But if your character dies, do they stay dead or do they get to come back?
That's interesting. I mean, you create your character. It's almost like.
Yes, but if you create your character, no matter how.
Oh yeah. It's like a session. It's like this. Once they're dead, they don't respawn.
No matter how high you get your character.
Yeah, you come back.
If that character dies, you can no longer play as that character.
That would be a good use. That I will say, but you keep the abilities, but you have to lose your character's clothing that you gain for them, your character's looks. You have to regain all that stuff again.
That deletes your old count.
Nah. Even though I did say that other day that would be a good concept for a game.
It makes it challenging, it makes it frustrating, and it makes it fresh and new. Like
yes.
You're starting differently every time.
I actually think this would be a good idea to actually kickstart to a good company that would buy this game. That would sell the idea perfectly.
I don't think a company would buy the game.
See, I don't think that it would be a good idea.
Now, this is the second game in a row the killer has quit. No, I actually think as long as it doesn't have microtransactions, it's fine. You earn everything you get in the game. That's that water bottle behind you.
Broke that chair, did I?
No, it was my water bottle.
So I told you, it was just a water bottle.
I looked and did not. Oh my god.
So yeah. Now Michael Myers, like Halloween as a video game, it could work, but it'd be too similar to this in ways and fashion. However, when you hide in the shadows, that's your invisibility. It's nighttime. The players can't see too well in the dark.
I mean, if you make the game a concept where you have to stick strictly to stealth with Michael, and then only rely on your strength when you're like right behind the character,
yeah,
it might.
But Michael's a lame killer.
No. How is he lame?
I mean,
he's well celebrated.
He's a retarded mental patient. They go, oh.
He's not retarded. No, he's a good strategist, dude. That guy does shit. Everyone is literally several hours off on what he does. Everyone is several hours off. The only reason Laurie Strode lived was because she was concerned for her friend. Michael didn't have no intention on her. He didn't want to go after her.
Laurie Strode?
Not yet. He was killing Annie and Linda and her friend Bob, or that dude Bob. When he put the glasses on and pinned him to the wall, he had them all in the house. She came.
What happens after Michael kills everybody?
In the game?
No, in general.
Like just everyone in the world.
Everybody that he's after to kill.
It's all about his obsession, what he wants to kill and what he doesn't.
That makes him retarded.
No, it doesn't. He doesn't fuck with kids because he was a kid. Okay? He spent years in an asylum staring at a wall. Okay? He grew to know shit, but he wasn't really caring about it. He just wants to get out and feel his obsession up. He wants to purge his obsession. It's like, I see that girl, she didn't invite me to the third grade party, and I gotta kill that bitch. Something like that.
So, I want to rape a bitch. That's my obsession. He's going to go out there and plunge into it.
You're crazy enough to do it, you'll do it.
That's because he's retarded.
But then, wouldn't you consider... Jason would be considered retarded.
Yes.
He was.
Freddy Krueger's not. He's actually pretty fucking smart, but...
He was a child rapist. He deserved to die.
In the original movies, he was not a molester. He was just a killer. He was...
Yeah. Why do you think every time
He molested and killed
it was the children that were singing his song? It's because he was a child molester.
Because he was a child murderer.
No.
Oh.
In the original movies, Wes Craven only made him a killer. He was not a molester.
It was pretty clear what he was.
Leatherface. He was
Freddy,
retarded.
now he is retarded. He is dumb.
They're all retarded.
Hey, but that's why you don't make fun of retards.
The creeper's not really retarded, but it's a stupid.
Well, he's a demon.
A stupid demon? Let's see. Scream.
Scream, no, I will say they were pretty smart for who they were.
They still got caught in the end, so they're not too.
They got caught because they were like a James Bond villain. They told the plan.
But they still got caught.
You just say the same thing about every James Bond
No,
villain.
I gotta think. Jigsaw was the smartest.
All right, I'll give you that one.
Jigsaw was the absolute smartest.
Not unless you count the company from Hostel. They have yet to be.
Jigsaw still had 'em beat.
I mean, they bought everybody out. See,
Jigsaw. How the fuck clever do you gotta be to come up with that shit?
we gotta be crazy. You gotta be a freaking
No,
architect.
You gotta be crazy, but you gotta be.
I will say, I don't consider him a villain. He gives people what they deserve.
Make somebody cut their own eye out to get a key.
Yeah. Well, he put it in. He put the key in there. So you gotta realize, I did some bad shit. So guess what? I deserve this. You gotta be a fucked up person to be, in that. So that's why Saw became less scary, because you gotta be someone that didn't deserve it.
No, the reason Saw stopped getting popular is because people were sick of seeing what the basically was torture.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was just
The movies
torture.
were a bit repetitive, but then again, so is every other slasher film.
Oh, Halloween put twists on it, but it was
Not
nothing much.
really.
Yeah, actually it did.
It was still really repetitive. Same thing.
Well, ever since John Carpenter sold the rights, it was just more of, we're gonna sell it to this guy. No, I'm being serious. I'm not biased. I'm telling you how it is. They're not repetitive. Each one offered something different. Fucking Friday the 13th offered something different. At least, well, in the first 3 movies, from 2, 3, and 4 were repetitive because they are part of the story. 6 offered like a revival, but it wasn't too repetitive at all. Just the killing was kind of out there, but nothing repetitive. It had a different twist on it. And then 5 was just stupid.
If they just left it at the first story, it would have been just a great standalone.
What, for Pamela Voorhees slashing people? I'd rather see a guy in a hockey mask slashing people.
Because they just keep repeating this shit. He's gonna hide. He's gonna. That's what he does. That's all.
Well, see, part 6 was about someone made a mistake by resurrecting him. Then he realizes, I screwed up, so I gotta put him back into the ground. I gotta put him back where he belongs. So that's what he does.
Obviously, it didn't work if he just keeps coming back.
Well, that's because
Well,
of...
you could say it's Tommy Jarvis is a huge failure.
Nah, that's because, Tina's the one who fucked up big time. Big time. Hell, you could say Jared Leto fucked up big time. From part 8.
Even so, it's still repetitive.
I mean, I guess why people like it. That's just being a critic, though.
Oh, that's just being honest. You know what was original? Except for 2, 3, 4, and 5?
What?
Final Destination. Another one was My Bloody Valentine.
My Bloody Valentine capitalized on the whole slasher genre anyway. Demon Knight. Demon Knight is original as fuck. It goes down as one of my favorite horror movies.
But if you want to get down to the very nitty-gritty, it's still
Yeah, but Tales from the Crypt presents. That's like Jackass presents Bad Grandpa. So it's no different.
Jackass, because they did Bad Grandpa on Jackass.
Yeah. But the thing about Tales from the Crypt, yeah, it's in the same universe as every other story. But it was different. It's a hero's tale, but the hero dies and passes it along. Kind of like, I guess you'd say Highlander, but it wasn't, too involved in being repetitive. There was no entire sequels going along. It's an underrated movie for sure, and it wasn't repetitive. Everything in it was kind of new. That's why I like Demon Knight. Demon Knight is just, it's out there. It's not cliche at all. Like, nothing in it is expected. And then you get movies like Critters. Critters, I will say, was kind of very, very, it was very original.
Another movie, Tremors, that was original.
Tremors is original as fuck.
It's not scary.
Nah, that's more of a comedy. Well, Pumpkinhead was not original at all. He's right about that. It's not original. Not the first movie. The first movie I like. Actually, I watched the second one. I like the second one a lot better.
No, literally, Pumpkinhead was a retard.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
How come all the killers are retarded?
That's the thing. It tells you don't mess with retards. They'll kill you.
Like, for real, they're all retarded.
I actually still think that's one of the most controversial topics to talk about in movie or in anything.
Hey, it's your favorite killer.
It is not. If I get off this, I'm getting out of here.
When she can pick you up in your 9 shoulder.
Woo! By a little hair. By a little hair.
Are you the last one?
Yeah. She killed someone else. Everybody else escaped. Yeah, everybody escaped. I mean, alright, from Halloween standpoint, just pretend like the new one is the only sequel that's come out in 40 years.
If it was just the only sequel, then it would have been a decent sequel. But it wasn't because they didn't make a million movies and they were the same.
That's why they bought the rights to it. Blumhouse knows what they're doing.
That's why it failed.
What?
Halloween. It's a big failure
No, it didn't.
because it's all repetitive.
Halloween, alright, the franchise, yes, but the original movie was not a failure.
Franchise.
That's why the new one is doing what it did. It's erasing all the stupid sequels.
But you can't erase their mistakes.
No, but in canon-wise, you can. That's what H2O did.
Only canon-wise.
Yeah, you can disregard canon. There's a lot of movies that do that.
Only in canon-wise. You can't disregard the fact that they were retarded and doing it.
Right, well, yeah, you can still go back and watch them. Yeah, they're there. But you have to treat it like the Dragon Ball Evolution movie.
Which nobody wants to watch.
Exactly.
Nobody liked it. nobody
You
watched
pretend it doesn't exist. You know it's there.
We
It's
all wanted it at the time, but then it became what it was, and it's like, ugh. Who
Exact-
the fuck directed this shit?
probably
Who
M. Night
approved
Shyamalan.
it?
I mean, look. If you had to go on a movie spree to pick one that could disregard canon, pick a series that'd do it right now. The sequels were retarded, but the first movie was great.
I would say, without the first movie, a lot of those slasher films were great with just the first.
Yeah.
I would disregard Friday the 13th completely, except the first movie.
I would if I had to pick, and if I wish they'd done this, started the movie from part 6. Part 6 is a good, even if it was just, if it even wasn't Jason, if it was someone else in that coffin and that random dude revived him by accident.
But
You
you
can't-
can't just start at 6 because then you're going to be like, well, how did this person die and why are they trying to bring him back?
Well, that's the thing. It kind of gives you a little flashback to it.
Watching Tommy, why are you trying to make sure he's dead?
Because he's a killer. That's what he does.
But that's still going to make you wonder, why is he doing all this? What happened before to bring all this out?
No, I mean, like, okay, there's a lot of movies that do that. There's a shitload that do that.
Just about every fucking movie.
Somewhat, yeah.
Just about every movie.
Well, I'm just saying, there are some... Halloween was one of those they realized, the sequels are kind of dumb. So,
All of them are.
well, H2O did something new.
Freddy Krueger was that way.
Nah, Freddy Krueger's sequels weren't that bad. Actually, there was a sequel. Actually, believe it or not, Part 3 is better than Part 1. You can't disagree. Dream Warriors was better than 1. first.
The soundtrack.
For sure. But the story and effects to it were a lot better.
It just got retarded and repetitive.
Well, it got to the point where Freddy Krueger wasn't being scary. He was being shown almost every year. Jason was the same. They made a Friday the 13th movie every year in a row. A new one came out every year. Now, I think if they would have done, I wish they would have done part 3 to be the first movie. Where it's just some random woodsman that gets a hockey mask. That would be scary. A random woodsman getting a hockey mask. You don't care about what happened before, whether he drowned or not. He's tough, he's got retard strength, he's brutal.
They should have just used Roy then.
Well, see, that's the thing. Roy was a paramedic. And he's pissed off that his son died. So it was kind of like taking over the first movie.
That's what I'm saying. They should have just used
But,
Roy.
believe it or not, Part 6 disregards Part 5.
I'm saying they should have just used Roy.
H2O disregards...
Some retard kid drowning in a damn lake.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of horror movies do it. Oh, shit! Speaking of Michael...
You should be able to play as Dr. Loomis.
Dude, that's what I said. I said Dr. Loomis should have been the one to be going in this game. Hey, but that works no matter what you do.
Dr. Loomis, you have limitations. You can't roll on the survivor.
He should be a fat, pudgy, bald man. And like when you try to run, your stamina bar is like really fast.
That's what I like about this game. This game doesn't make you have stamina.
Let's see if you're using Dr. Loomis. He's only so much.
Speaking of which, that Death Garden game is out. I got the beta to work. It's the 19th and it's past 3 o'clock. So it should work by now. And I'm going to actually give it a try. I'm going to try to record it if I can. Huh? Yeah, you're using GeoForce. Why?
Because I'm about to test your laptop.
Oh.
I'm going to post the video.
Oh, okay. I thought you had work.
I did. Back.
Damn, that was short work. Oh, okay. Damn, Michael's just relentless. Well, now, if Halloween was left alone like they're doing now, that's what they're doing. They're disregarding canon, all that. And if the movie actually is a success and they make an anthology in a row, and they're actually all really, really good, to be honest, if this one seems to be a little bit better than the first movie, I actually think a sequel would do good for him too. Because Danny McBride seems to know what he's doing thoroughly.
Touching ground of something movies, so like 1, 2, 4, 5, all of them are repetitive.
I can name the differences. Actually, believe it or not, I can name the biggest differences that didn't repeat story elements or even kills.
Same killer.
Yeah, it's the same killer.
It's a thing.
Scream doesn't do that, but yeah, then again, it kind of does. It's a new killer.
Part 3 should be a standalone film, as much as I hate it.
I liked 3. I kind of liked all the Scream movies. You know what? That's what we should. Oh, well, yeah. That's because that was meant to be an anthology horror.
But seriously though, the way you look at it,
Yeah.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and any of those sequels.
H2O and Resurrection.
Always look at it back. Always look at it. Spider
Wait, what?
Spider under repair.
Right now?
Yes. No, Jeremy just made it jump. It looks like it jumped towards the back of your leg.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
Are you fucking with me?
No, because it was over here and I was trying to smash it with my water bottle.
Like, for real, I'm trying to run from Michael and then I got a fucking spider running around?
All you can
That's what I'm trying to do. Like, seriously.
Yes, Jeremy, I'm not bullshitting you. What? When you started moving your chair around, it jumped on the back of your leg. Right now, you.
Dude, seriously, don't fuck with me. Dude, seriously, don't do that. Get it off if it's there. Stop. Seriously, quit fucking with me right now. Dude, don't just stand there. Do something. Quit fucking with me. You know I'm live, right?
What the fuck?
Dude, if it's on me, get it the hell off.
I ain't touching it.
Seriously. Seriously, stop.
Oh, fuck. You're
Dude, seriously.
fucked, dude. I'm not touching it.
If it's on me, get the fuck off.
I'm not touching that shit. We're fucking shit.
Are y'all fucking?
Yeah. I wasn't fucking with you that it jumped towards your leg and shit. But the minute I seen him start fucking with you, I immediately.
You don't need to do that.
I
And you
immediately-
tell me if it's on me or not.
Immediately I picked up. Fuck you.
Really?
Seriously though, I brushed it off my arm and it went so far towards the table, and then it turned back towards me and started coming back at me. So that's why I picked my bottle up and I went like that. And I tried to kill it with the bottle.
All right, guys.
But I missed.
That's gonna be it for today. One last fucking scare with a spider.
Did you release you?
What?
So,
At least left.
my horror king fanatic friend, the fear in you wasn't real.
You're more afraid of spiders than you are clowns.
No, I'm not. I'm not afraid of giant. I'm not afraid of
Are you
clowns.
still alive?
Yes.
You shouldn't be.
All right, guys. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that bell as hard as you can. Epically slap that shit. And then keep me in this chair and behind this screen. And you know what to do. And if you like the video, share it with your friends.